Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday afternoon class. We're going to start with some warm-up exercise. But first we're going to calibrate our body, calibrate our posture. So sit up straight, stretch your spine, open your shoulder, lean back your forehead, tuck in your chin, raise your elbow to shoulder level. We're going to start with some joint exercise on the wrists. So as you rotate the wrists, focus on your wrists. Try to observe the changes in your body, especially around your wrist area. See if you can feel any pain, any heat, any sweat, any numbness. Now go the other way, very slow, but focus your mind. Try not to let your mind wander. So this is both a warm-up exercise for the body as well as it is for the mind. Now put your hands down. Once again, calibrate your body, open your shoulders, straighten up your spine, lean back your forehead, tuck in your chin, raise your elbow to shoulder level, and now rotate the elbow. And again, focus on the elbow, observe the change in your body, what we call the four elements: the earth, the fire, the water, and the wind. Now go the other way. So this morning I talk about how this practice is really a spiritual practice in the end, and that my interest is mainly in this in continuing my spiritual practice. Now we work on our shoulder. Sit up straight, open our shoulder, very slowly bring out our hands, stretch, hold, and then come down like you're touching the walls on the two sides. Very slow, very mindful of your shoulder. Up, stretch, hold, come down, touching the wall. Up, stretch, hold, come down. Observing the changes in your shoulder. Now go the other way. Open, up, stretch, hold, and then come down. Open, stretch, hold, come down. Open, stretch, hold, come down. Try not to leave your mind. Try not to let your mind wander. Stay focused on your body. Up and down. Again, open your shoulder. Put your hands in front. And then now go up all the way back. And feel the pain in your shoulder. All the way up, stretch, and back. Open as much as you can. All the way up. Open, stretch, and again, stay focused on your shoulder. And stretch. And now we're going to go the other way. Put your hands in the back first, and then come up. Feel the pain as you come up. And come down. All the way back. Up. Stretch, and come down. Back, stretch, and come down. We're going to continue with two more exercises, okay? Both of which derive from the Shaolin martial art. So the first one is called the double blade. Imagine you have two blades. Hold it. Straighten out your back. Hold the left one stationary as you rotate the right one. Make a big circle in the front. Now go all the way back like you're touching the back. And now go the other way. Hold the right arm. Make a big circle in the front. All the way back. Open that shoulder. And all the way back to the left. One more time. All the way back to the right. All the way back to the left. Now lower your hands. Open the shoulder again, relax. We're going to throw a fist. Make a fist as if you're holding a baseball. And we're going to throw the baseball all the way up to the upper left-hand corner. Open the fingers when you reach the end. Straighten up your elbow. Bring your shoulder with you. And when you get there, hold it. Feel the vibration coming back to your shoulder. Okay? Get ready. Up. Up. Down, down, up, throw the baseball. Up, down, down. One more time. Up, up, down, down. Now sit up straight, open the shoulder, 2 hands. 1, 2, feel the vibration. 3, 4, one more time. 5. So the purpose is to develop a chi, which is the energy. It's the bridge or the harness between our body and our mind. But chi is not simple. It's actually a combination of many things, one of which is circulations. And so the joint exercise is to get the circulations going through the joints, okay, where there's no blood vessel. So we're going to continue, go from the wrist to the elbow to the shoulder, now we're going to the neck, okay. The neck is the one that is least, is the most forgotten. It is the one that actually works all day long, okay. So we're going to sit up, straighten up back, put our hands in the back, lock the fingers. Rotate your head 45 degrees so you're actually looking at the floor. And now straighten up your back, press down your neck, your head, and you're going to resist that with your neck. But it's actually coming from your spine. So your spine and your neck has to work together. Hold it. And now rotate to the left. Come back. Rotate to the right. Come back. Hold it to the left again, come back to the right again, and come back in the middle, hold it, check your spine, and then now release very slowly, very slowly. Now we're going to sit up, open the shoulder, head's pointing up to the sky, put the right hand on the left hand side of the head. We're going to press the head to the right hand side, but we're going to resist that, so the head actually doesn't move, okay? So let's try that. Let's pull it to the right, and relax. Now let's pull that to the left, and relax. Now we're going to take our head, go back to the right, all the way to the left, back again, left. And now we're going to go counterclockwise. Right, back. Okay, and relax. We're going to do a little bit of acupressure, trying to release the stress between the connective tissue and the underlying structure. But we're not doing massaging, okay? We're not massaging. So sit up straight, take your right hand, 4 fingers, put it behind your ear. So there's a piece of bone there, right? So now come down where you don't have bones anymore. Use all 4 fingers, press down on that. And now take your head, rotate back slowly, rotate front so you can feel a little bit of tingling under your finger. Back again to the front, apply pressure, keep the pressure. Now relax, same thing on the other side. Start with the back of your ear where the skull is, goes down until you find a spot where all 4 fingers fit. You press down with the finger, apply pressure, keep the pressure, and then now take your head, go back, and then now to the front, and go back, and now to the front. Okay, now take the right hand, put that on your shoulder. You feel that piece of bone that go across, go down below that piece of bone, and there's a lot of surface area there. So just find one that feels a little bit of pain. Just 4 fingers, again, press down on that. Take your left hand, rotate it to the back. Now rotate it to the front, back again. Just feel it. We're going to work on it later, okay? And to the front. The other side, take the left fingers on top of your shoulder, reach down until you find that piece of bone. Go down some more till you find a spot. Press down with all 4 fingers, sit up straight, take your right arm, go back, and go forward, go back, and go forward. So in the Chinese tradition, they believe that all illness results in blockage of the qi. It's a mirror image. So if you have blockage of qi, it reflects badly on your body. And if you have ailment on the body, it reflects also on the qi. So it's always about blockage. And the qi lines, the energy lines actually runs through your body. So even though when you might have a frozen shoulder or you might have carpal tunnel, they don't work on that locally, but instead they try to clear the blockage of your entire body, because they believe that if your energy is free flowing, then your body should be fine. Okay, so that's what they believe. So to do that, we're going to start with the fingertips. Right, the fingertips is actually the weakest link of the chain. So if the energy goes to the finger and doesn't come back, then the energy doesn't flow. Right, so we're going to work on the fingers. The first one has to do with the four fingers acting like springs. We're going to wind up these springs. We're going to hold it down with the thumb. We're going to straighten out our elbow, put that in front of us, and wind up the four fingers, and then release. And feel the vibration coming back to your shoulder. Second time. Wind it up. Release. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to continue. Open up your shoulder, joining the middle fingers and the thumb together. Call this the Lotus Hand. We put the Lotus Hand in front, around right here. There's an energy point here. Sit up straight. We're going to swing your arm out. As we do that, we twist it so that the back of the hand is facing the camera. And when we get to the end, we wait. Feel the vibration coming all the way to the shoulder before we do the next one. Okay? Sit up straight. 1, 2, hold it. 3, hold it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, 10. Okay? So the word qi actually has very different meaning. There's infinite meaning. The Chinese language is a funny one in that a single character has no unique meaning. So the word qi also means breath. So part of our qi work requires that we do some deep breathing. Okay? So we're going to do that now. 10 fingers, lock it together. And let's not try to make any comments. Okay, I need both of your hands for your practice. Okay, and also distracts me. So if you have any comments or questions, do that at the very end. Okay, put your hands below your belly button, lock your fingers. Now we're going to do deep breathing using our nose. Okay, so deep breathing means slow and steady. Okay, if you try to breathe very hard, very fast, it won't be deep, because your entire body is viscoelastic. It is speed sensitive. So the faster you exert force into your body, the harder it will resist. Okay, so remember that now. Okay, very slow, very steady. Okay, okay. Get ready. Open your shoulder. Relax. Breathe in with your nose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now unlock your fingers. Imagine there's 2 mountains on the side, and you're going to climb those mountains, holding the stress on your wrists. Relax. Second time. Lock the fingers again. Put it below your belly button. Breathe in. Bring it all the way to your chin. And then now rotate. Breathe out. Climb the mountains. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Unlock your wrists and climb those mountains. Now we're going to do some stretching, mainly the spiral cord, which coincides with a very important energy line called the governing energy line, which happens to be the yang line, the masculine or the solar, because it's in the back, greatly influenced by the solar cycle. Everything that is behind the sun, like in the front, is more influenced by the lunar cycle. Okay, so those are called yin. Huh? All right, so we're going to continue up, all the way up. Stretch, feel the stress on your finger and your wrist. And now stretch the elbow, and then now focus on your spine, and then elongate your spine, stretch your spine as if you're going to increase the length by an inch. Stretch, hold it. Now bring it all the way back. Be careful, don't lose balance. And now come back in the middle, stretch again. Now to the left, hold it. And now come back in the middle. To the right, hold it, stretch. Come back in the middle, stretch. Check your fingers, your wrist, your elbow, and your spine. And to the left. And come back, hold it. And to the right. And now come back in the middle. Relax, unlock your fingers. Leave the right hand on top, right arm on top. Grab your right elbow and now stretch to the left. And come back. Do the same thing with your left elbow. Sit up straight and stretch to the right. Hold it and come back in the middle. The next one, if you haven't done it before, is a little bit challenging. We put our hands together, all hand fingers touching, the center of the hand touching, but we do that, we put that in the back, at the very bottom of your spine. And now we're going to rotate, now the fingers is pointing down, so now we're going to rotate the hand so the fingers are pointing up at the bottom of the spine. Now we're going to bring that up very slowly. Again, it has to be slow, okay? If you try to rush it, it won't do it. Now bring it up, and then now sit up straight, head's pointing up to the sky. Now we're going to take our shoulder, and we're going to open that shoulder. And we're going to relax, okay? So working on the spine is very important for two reasons. One is that the spine is very, very conductive. So later on, when we do the meditations, when we do the abdominal breathing meditations, we actually generate static electricities, and we're using a brain to provide a voltage potential, so that we can guide the electrons around the body, and it will have to go up from the spine. Okay, so stretching the spine just takes out the stress and make it return it to the very conductive state. The second reason is that, as you know, the spine is where you manufacture marrow mostly, right? I mean, it's everywhere, but mainly and so a lot of the exercise that we do fundamentally reverse your aging process, because as you age, your bones oxidize, so the actual volume that you can create marrow decreases over time. And what we want to do is reverse that process, again using the piezoelectric effect. Okay. All right. So now there's one more thing that we need to do, and it's right here. Okay. This is the important one. There's one here, and then there's one later on. I'll show you that. We talk about the energy lines that runs through a body. We just happen to name them after some critical organs. But so there's 6 energy lines that starts with a finger, 6 energy lines that starts with a toe. Within the 6, 3 of them are yin, which are the one that's influenced by the lunar cycle. The other 3 are yang, which are the one that is influenced by the solar. They work in pair. Okay, so it's very important to maintain that balance between yin and yang. So as it turns out, 3 of those yin lines meets around here. So we're going to do some stretching here. Take your left hand, let it face the sky. Take your right hand, put it between the fingers and the palm. Bring the arm down. Okay, now we're going to focus on the elbow. Push out the elbow. Push it all the way out. All the way out. Okay, until you cannot push it anymore. Now we're going to focus on that elbow, eyes looking at the camera. We're going to bring that arm up using the elbow. Push it up. All the way up until your hand is at the level of your eyebrow. Now at this point, check the stress on your finger, your wrist, and your elbow. Push out the elbow one more time. And relax, okay? The other side. Bring your hands down. Push out the elbow. Eyes looking forward. Take the elbow and push it all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Maintaining the elbow, lock the elbow, push, lock, and check the stress on your finger and your wrist, and relax. So earlier, as I did this morning, I talked about how this practice is actually a spiritual practice, and that we're discovering our existence in both our physical domain, in addition in the energy domain, and then finally in the mind domain. So I'm not going to talk about too much in the mind. I will in the future. But it's essentially, the spiritual practice is essentially working towards getting liberty, freedom on your mind. So our master, and Josh will tell you that, talks about that process, the spiritual practice in 5 states. The first one is called knowing your mind. The second one is called quieting your mind. And then the third one is either observing or contemplating your mind. And then the fourth one, I used a different word this morning, but I decided that I want to use the word called deconstructing your mind. And then finally is what's called the emancipation of your mind. So obviously that's a long way, right? So if you can get to the end, I will promise you that I will get you a wickedness certificate, okay? Because you are now a Buddha. So that's way down the road. So what we're focusing on is really the first step, the second step, maybe the third step, right? So the first step is about knowing your mind. So constantly ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? And so our practice is about using our body as an anchor for our mind. So when we're moving, whether we're exercising, walking, then the mindfulness training is to use our body, our hand, our feet, our butt, any part of our body to keep reminding us of where our mind is. So, for example, when I get up in the morning, I make breakfast. That's the beginning. Actually, my practice starts even before I make breakfast. It starts the minute that I wake up, open my eye. I will feel the table next to me so I can look at my clock. I will feel the bottom of my feet so I can put on my slippers. I would feel my sweat top so I can put it on, and then I walk out. And all through the breakfast, I would feel, right? So that's my practice. It's the very first step is about knowing your mind. The second step is about quieting your mind. Try to anchor your mind into your body and try not to let it drift away. The third part is about observing or contemplating your mind. Now, the only thing I want you to know is that it doesn't go linear. It's not like I get good with the first one, then I graduate the second one. It doesn't work like that. It goes in circle. Okay, it goes in circle. So it's very important that we work on the first one, which is knowing our mind. Always focus our mind on our body. So the next one has to do with energizing our energy points. So we sit, straighten up our back, relax your shoulder, and we turn our head to the right. We make an empty hand with the right arm, very important. So we create a cavity, and we put that on the left shoulder, fingers on top, the palm of the hand pushing here where the energy points are. So there's 3 energy points here. One has to, I don't need to talk about that right now, but I will talk about it later. Okay, now listen with your left ear. We're going to do it once to wake up, and then you commit yourself to the next 20 seconds where your mind is completely on your shoulder, on your arm, and on your ear. Okay, shall we try that? Okay, so that's called knowing your mind. Rotate your head to the right. Listen with your left ear. Wake up. Continue. So how do I know that my mind is on my shoulder? Because it sounds the same every time. My mind never left my shoulder, never left my finger. Okay, now we're going to try that one more time, all right? Open your shoulder, relax, head turned to the left, left hand, empty hand. Put that on your right shoulder. Listen with your right ear. Okay, now remember now, one side said wake up, you do it once, that wakes up your right ear, then you commit for 20 seconds, okay? Sit up straight, relax, wake up, continue. Okay, now we're going to work on the next energy point, which is at the armpit. That has to do with the energy line that we name after the heart, okay? So there are two energy lines that are named after the heart. One is called the heart and one is called the pericardium, which actually is the mechanical function of the heart, the vessels, the muscles, and so forth. When we say heart, because in the Chinese, the word heart means two things. It could mean the heart, or it could be in your mind. Okay, so this one actually has more to do with the thymus gland that sits on top of the heart that is responsible on your emotion. Okay, all right, take your left hand, straighten up, and then now fold the elbow on top of your head, and then grab the upper part of your right ear, sit up straight, right hand, empty hand, listen with your left ear, wake up, continue. Okay, now we're going to work on the other side. Okay, hang on just 1 second. All right, now right arm, fold it on top of your head, grabbing the left ear. Okay, just don't don't pinch it. Okay, just hang on to it. Now, right arm, empty hand, put that at the armpit, rotate the head to the left, listen with your right ear, wake up, continue. Okay, now we're going to work on the elbow, huh? Okay, so I talk about this being a very unique point because all three of the energy lines come around this region. Two of them are on top and one of them is on the side. So the one on the side lines up with the pinky, which is the heart. The one on the top has to do with the lung and the pericardium. So if you go to a Chinese doctor and you mention that you have high blood pressure, he's not, or he or she is not going to give you a pill. That's what the Western doctor does, is that they cure your symptom without really investigating the root cause of your high blood pressure. There are typically two root causes. I talked about this in the past. One has to do with the fact that you are constantly under stress, that you are in the fight or flight mode 24/7. And so you're overwhelmed with stress hormone and your hearts are pumping, thinking that you need that extra boost. So that's one reason. So the only way you can fix that is by relaxing, doing meditation. Not necessarily sitting, even exercise like we do now would help you with that. The other reason is even worse, which is that you just have very bad circulation. And that's a big problem, okay? So that's a huge problem that the Western doctor doesn't look into. And instead what they do is that they silence the only weakness you have, which is your high blood pressure, okay? So we're gonna work it. So the Chinese doctor would tell you to do this exercise. This would lower your blood pressure because it actually helps your circulation. It helps with the heart and the lung, okay? So put your hands up at eye level, lock your elbow, Take your right hand, empty hand, put the fingers on top and the palm on the side. Rotate the head so that you listen with your left ear. Okay, you don't have to hit it that hard. Okay, just focus. All right, wake up, continue. Okay, now to the right hand. Put that on the eye level. Lock your elbow. Left hand, empty hand, fingers on top. Listen with your right ear. Wake up. Continue. Okay, so that finishes the lung and the heart, which is what we call the upper burner. The 12 critical organs are divided into three parts: the upper part, the lower part, and the middle part, and the lower part. So this is above the diaphragm. This is between the diaphragm and the belly buttons, and then this is below the belly buttons. Okay. All right. So now we're going to work on what's below the belly buttons, which are the kidneys and its counterpart, which are the bladder. So the kidney is the yin and the bladder is a yang. Okay, so in the Chinese medicine, the bladder is much more important than just the Western concepts of the bladder. Right? It in fact has the energy lines distributed all in your back. That has to do with the wellness of many organs. So for example, the one that is responsible for the wellness of your adrenal gland belongs to the bladder energy line. And then there's another one here. There's a whole bunch actually, okay? So we're gonna work on that. Open your shoulder, relax, take your right hand, the front part, the center part of your hand, put that behind your back on the left hand side. Take the other hand, use the back and wrap around and put it on the right hand side. Sit up straight. Imagine that you are a vertical windmill. Okay, one more time. All right, so now we will move towards our, whoops, and let me rotate that down. Yeah. All right, now we're gonna move towards the toes, right? Remember we have 6 more energy lines in the toes. We work on the 3 yin lines. The yang line actually comes with that. So the yang lines are the small intestines, the large intestines, and then another one called the triple warmer, which does not have a Western counterpart. All right, so let's unfold our legs and massage the outside. The outside is yang because it's facing the sun. And the inside is yin, okay? Now the outside is gallbladder. Energy line that is named after the gallbladder. Okay, so the inside upper part coincides with the energy line that is named after the liver, which is the counterpart of the gallbladder. That's a pair. Then the lower part corresponds to the energy line that is named after the splint. Okay, and the splint and the stomach is one pair. And then what remains is the kidney and the bladder. So those are the 6. All right. So let's work on the upper part first. So take your inner thigh, okay? Divide that into 3 parts. First in the middle. Okay, now move towards your hip in the inside. The exact location is not important. It's more important that we work along the line, okay? Okay, now we move towards the knee, but not at the knee. Okay, it's outside the knee. The knee is bone, so we don't want to do that yet. Okay, now close your knee. We're going to work on the outside. We take 2 points, one closer to the hip. We're now working on the gallbladder. Move towards the knee. Okay, now we're going to work on the knee, okay? Okay, now we're going to move towards the middle. Oh, no, sorry. We just work on the knee, right? So now going to move down from the knee to just when you don't see the bone anymore. And it's right here, okay? Okay, now we'll move towards the middle. Okay, now let's move all the way down to the angle, but move back up about the size of your fist, okay? Okay, now open inside the knee. Okay, now this is going to be a little tricky. So now put your fists on the knee, go down, so you don't there's no more bone, right? But now do it from the inside, okay? It hurts a little bit. We'll come back to these points. Okay, now go to the calf from the inside. Okay, now go all the way down to the angle and then move back up about the size of your fist and then go from the inside out. Okay. So I talk about my parents. So between my parents and my wife's parents, we took care of 4 elderlies and spent our share of the time in the hospital, or they spent their time in the hospital, and we had to take care of them. Hospital is a horrible place for elders. It is just, they're sick, otherwise they won't be there. But they lay in the bed for hours, for days, right? No exercise, no nothing. So first thing that's going to happen is that the feet will start to swell. They start to have constipation. But there's no fix for that. The best they can do is give you some pill, more pill. they completely lose their strength, and if they have to do any kind of operations, it takes a long time to recover. So when the doctor are done with you, then they send you this physical therapist. And I have nothing against physical therapists. I'm just questioning. That seems to me that they apply the same technique to a 17-year-old as to a 70-year-old. So my father is already out of strength, and you're trying to get him to do all these very, very demanding exercise for the purpose of giving him strength. That makes no sense to me. So rather than physical therapy, I do what I call the chi therapy. So what you just show you is essentially the chi therapy. That it actually, by these simple exercises, it actually gives you a lot of energy. Now, if you're here every day, every week, you should take a break. You should take 1 week off and see if it makes any difference. I don't use cash, or I try not to use cash. But I carry a $100 bill in my wallet. That $100 bill will stay with me for months. I never use it. But if for whatever reason I take it out, I know immediately that I need that $100 bill. It's the same with practice. You don't feel the difference when you keep doing it like this. Just take a week off and you know that, oh, I'm missing something. So let's continue with what I call the chi therapy, working on these energy lines. So this week, I'm going to show you something a little bit different. We're going to work on the top of the feet first. So notice that I have 5 toes just like you. So in between the toes, there's a little line, right? A little cavity. So I want you to start where that starts, and about an inch and a half down. So you have 4 of those. So just use the thumb and just massage that. Now the big ones has to do with the splint, and the little one has to do with the bladder. And totally there's 5 energy lines. Now go to the next one. And if it doesn't hurt, congratulations. If it hurts, then that means that you need to work on that. Okay? And then go to, usually is the one next to the toe, big toe, and the one next to the pinky that works, that hurts. Okay? So that's the beginning of your energy line. Okay? Now do it on the other side. Again, just rub it. Young people don't have a problem like us, like, you know, okay, now work on that. Okay, so this is actually a good massage. And now, if you find a spot that hurts and you go to a Western doctor, he's not gonna know what you mean, because he will put you through an MRI, he will put you through all kinds of machines, and they're never gonna find it. Okay, because it has nothing to do with your physical body; it has to do with your chi body. Okay, so now we're gonna start with our friend Gushing Spring. If you're new here, the Gushing Spring is the beginning of the kidney, right? Because there's only 5 toes, so there's 6 energy lines. So one actually starts here. The rest starts at the toe. So to find that, you cover your toe, the length of the bottom of your feet, 1/3 of the way down. There's a cavity. This is called the Gushing Spring. This is the beginning of your kidney. It's the second heart. So you have somebody who's bedridden or who's bound to a chair or wheelchair. You need to work on this energy point. Just get your blood circulations going. Okay, now make a knuckle and just go like this, because it's very deep. Okay? This is, if you don't do anything, just work on this one. Okay? This is really, really important. So now, put your fingers on this Gushing Spring. We're going to do a complete tour of all the energy, not all, but a few of the energy points on your feet. So put your fingers on this cavity and just go up, all right, to the calf. Huh? So this is the beginning. This is the splint now. It starts at the big toe, and then this is the second. Okay, work on that. If it hurts, or if you retain water for whatever reason, it happens a lot to old people. Their feet get swollen. So this is a good energy point to work on. Okay, now put your thumb where you were and then go down along that calf before you hit the heel. Now you picked up the kidney line again. Okay, kidney is very important. Okay, just work on that. Use your thumb. You might have to use the flat part of your thumb to find it first, and then find the spot that hurts, and then just work on that. Okay. What you're doing is you're clearing the blockage on your chi. Okay. Now put your thumb on the angle, and then just go straight down. There's a cavity right here, and then just work on that. That's kidney again. Okay. Now for me, this one hurts. Okay, now put your thumbs back onto the ankle, put 4 fingers, and then right here, touch the bone, and then 1 inch down from the bone. This one is called the triple yin meet. So all 3 of the yin line meets here, just like the elbow. So your kidney, your liver, and your splint all meets here. So this one always hurts. Okay, now put your thumbs back onto this point. You feel the bone, but the bone just curves because it gets bigger as it comes to the knee. Just follow it until you come to here. You can't go anymore because there's a knee. This is the main one, and just push in. Main one for the splint. So if you, for whoever that you're caring for, has swollen feet, that could happen just from lack of exercise, too much salt in the diet, they're losing protein, or all kinds of reasons, right? Okay. All right. So, quickly, right hand side, Gushing Spring. Work on that. Work on that. Use your knuckle. Really work on it. Okay, now put your fingers on the Gushing Spring. Goes up to the calf. Work on that. Not calf. I don't mean calf. This is not called calf. This is called a arch. I meant to say arch. Okay, sorry, I said the wrong before. And now put your fingers on that point. The arch goes down the arch before you hit the heel. Work on that. So these are all maintenance, okay? Health maintenance, self-healing. You can always take the pill. Okay, now put your fingers on the ankle, go straight down, picking up the kidney again. Okay, now put your fingers back into the ankle, 4 fingers up. Okay, find the bone, go down 1 inch, triple yin meet. Okay, put your fingers on that. Follow the bone, it curves down until it hits the knee. That's the one. Again, you might have to find it, okay? That's your splint. Okay, so that finishes what we call the earth section. Now we're gonna go, before we go to the top, we go to the hand, okay? So just the middle of the hand, work on that, and then work on the other one. This is the healing. This is the only one that gives out energy. Okay, now we work on the top of the head. Okay, so sit up straight, lean back a little bit. Yeah, PD, I meant the splint. Okay, so open the shoulder. After you're here for a while, you catch on to my accent, so you can do your own interpretation. And then lean back your head, forehead, tuck in your chin. So now the top of the head is facing the sky. 10 fingers, go down, okay? Not like this, go down. Very gently, 50 times. Okay, all right. So, yeah, Christina, thank you for translating for me. Okay, so we're gonna work on more energy line, two main one. This one called the conception, or I rather call it gestation, doesn't matter. The one in the back called governing, okay? But to do that, we need to practice on our abdominal breathing, okay? It's also a way to do some meditation now, all right? So we're gonna do some exercise, sit up straight, relax, let go of your mind. Just focus on your hand. Let your hand rise up in front of you. Just follow your hand, okay? Follow your hand. Bring your hands towards your body. Lower your hand and relax. Sit up straight. Bring your hands up. 1. Bring your hands towards your body. 2. Lower your hand. 3. Relax. 4. We're now going to coordinate with a breath. Focus on your nostril. Close your mouth. Breathe very slow, very steady, and very deep. Breathe in. Bring your hands towards your body. And now breathe out. Relax. Sit up straight. Bring your hands up. Breathe in. Bring your hands towards your body. Now breathe out. Relax. One more time. Bring it up. Breathe in. Bring it towards your body. Now breathe out. Breathe in. We're going to cross a hand, one in front of another. As we breathe out, we're going to open our shoulder all the way. Reach the end. Pause. And then breathe in. Bring it towards your body. Breathe out. Relax. Continue. Breathe in. Cross your hand. Breathe out. Open. Breathe in. Towards your body. Breathe out. Relax. Breathe in. Open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Very slow, okay? Don't rush it. Otherwise you hyperventilate. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Bring it towards your body. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Open. Breathe out. Breathe in. Bring it towards your body. Breathe out. So what we're doing is we open up our chest cage, expanding our lung while we are breathing out. So essentially we're exercising a diaphragm, because the only way that we can breathe out is with the diaphragm pushing up. And then when we collapse, when we close our hand, we breathe in. It's the opposite. So this is the beginning. It's not quite there yet, but we exercise the diaphragm a little bit. So now we're going to do some sitting meditation. I want you to pay attention to your posture. If you sit like I do, whether you put your feet on top of each other or one in front of another, I want you to make sure that they are touching the floor or your sitting mat. They're not like this, okay? So if they're like this, then you put some pillows, because I don't want you to use your muscle. I want the weight of your body to be resting on your structure, not supported by the muscle. So the 7 support points, the first one are the legs. They're the pedestal, because we sit like the bell. So they has to be nice and firm, square and firm. The next one, the next support points are the hand. You can do mudra, or you can just do what I do, which is just put it in front of you. Don't hold them together, because then you sweat. Just relax. The next one is the most important, which is your spine. So I want you to stretch your spine up like you're hanging from the ceiling, right? Because you sit like the bell, so your back, your spine is like the clapper in the middle of the bell. It needs to be hanging from the ceiling. So I want you to stretch as if somebody is pulling you up by your hair, and then just relax a little bit. So now the discs are sitting on top of each other. If you want, this is optional, I want you to lean forward and then lean back. As you lean back, you hold your hip, so the hip is actually slightly twisted forward. And now, as you move back, you feel the pressure on your adrenal gland. And now, if this is where you like to sit, you actually hunch forward like I am now. So what you want to do is you want to lean back some more. Lean back some more as if you're falling over. And now your spine is actually pointing to the sky. It's called the one pillar supporting the sky. Now you take your shoulder and you open your shoulder so that the energy points are facing forward, and then you relax your shoulder. Now you take your forehead and you lean back so that the neck is touching your collar. And then now you take your chin and you tuck in your chin. And then finally, just your eyelid. You can shut your eye if you like, or you can open it slightly. I wouldn't recommend open it widely, just slightly, so you can see through your eyelashes. You can see your knee and perhaps your hand. Now see if you can feel your breath. Focus on your stomach, away from your nostril, away from your nose. I know this is different from other teaching, but it turns out that the more you stay away from your brain, your thinking mind, the more progress you will make. So try to focus on your stomach. Notice when you breathe in, the stomach opens, and when you breathe out, the stomach collapses. If you don't feel it, just take 3 deep breaths. Open your mouth slightly, blow air through your mouth. Watch how your stomach empties as you do that. Blow as much as you can, and then relax. Let air comes in through your nostril. As you breathe in, you notice that your stomach expands again. Do 3 deep breaths until you feel it. You can feel your stomach. Now focus on your stomach. Know that you're breathing in, right? So this is a knowing part. We start with knowing, then quieting, then observing or contemplating. It's the first 3 steps in circle, okay? Focus on your breath. Notice that when you breathe in, air is fresh. When you breathe out, air is moist. When you breathe in, it's full of positive energy. So I want you to take that positive energy and guide it to the top of your head. And then as you breathe out, I want you to take all your negative energy and then now just let it settle on its own by the weight of the negativity. Let it settle. Don't push it. Just let it settle very slowly from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. Then when you breathe in again, go to the top. Bring your body with you so you straighten up your spine, open up your shoulder, lean back your forehead, tuck in your chin. And then when you come down, relax. You can either imagine a lotus pond where there are flowers on top and debris in the bottom. So you're bringing positive energy to the flower and then taking the negative energy as if you're letting the debris just settle to the bottom of the pond. Or you can go back to the last time you went hiking. You have a bottle of water. You went to the stream to get some water and you notice that there are debris, so you don't want to drink that. So you just want to let it settle. So as you come down, let all your negative energy settle. The settling process, the sedimentation process, is the true meaning of Zen. Because Zen comes from the Chinese word Chan, which is abbreviation for Chana, which comes from the Sanskrit word called jhana. And that's what it means, sentimentation. Do that on your own, up and down. Okay, open your eyes. We're going to do a little bit more exercise, working on that diaphragm again. Okay, but this time we're going to take advantage of the fact that we're doing deep breathing. So as you breathe with the diaphragm, you're actually exercising the intestines. And the intestines are very long, as you know. They're typically 6 times the height of a person. So if you stretch it all out, there's 6 times. So it has a lot of surface area. And so as you know, a battery requires a lot of surface area. So as you compress, as you exercise the intestines, you're generating a lot of electricity. So the next sitting, we're going to use that meditation technique to guide those electrons around our body. So before we do that, we're going to do a little bit more exercise. And this one is called the butterfly. Open your shoulder, relax. Open your arm. Imagine that you are a butterfly, very relaxed. Just follow your hand. Okay? Come down and open like you're flying away. All the way up with the hands, the back of the hand touching each other. Come down and fly away. Okay, now we're going to coordinate with our breathing. Again, using your nose. Very slow, very steady, very deep. Okay? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Concentrate on your practice, okay? Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, again we sit. Check your sitting posture, starting with your feet, then to your hand, then to your spine. Lean back a little bit. Okay, as you get good in the practicing, as you start to move from knowing your mind to quieting your mind to observing your mind, you start to notice a lot of subtle changes in your body. And when you do that, when you get there, you actually notice that there's an increase in energy as you lean back. And so in the old days, the Chinese attribute that to the energy coming from the heaven, which might not be true. I'm not going to argue against that. On the other hand, if as a mechanical engineer, essentially what you're doing is you're finding that one spot where you're completely supported by your structure and not by the muscle. That's why you have increase in energy. Okay, this is a trick. So when you're working during the day, you get very tired and very stressful. There are 2 things you can do. The obvious thing to do is to take 3 deep breaths. That works. The other one you can do is actually work on your spine. Just straighten up your spine, lean back, and you get a boost of energy. Okay, so now we go to our shoulder. Now we to the forehead, lean back the forehead, tuck in your chin. And so what you're doing here, which I forgot to mention, is that these 2 energy points, and the energy point on the top, the one that we call the 100 beat, where we were doing this, now forms a triangle, and you're now one with the universe. This is your antenna. Okay? I want you to do all that, and then I want you to do one more thing, which is take your tongue, take the tip of your tongue and touch the roof of your mouth, in between the teeth and the roof. Just touch it and stay there. Now I want you to focus on your breath again. You don't have to push it, just do it, just leave it there. Okay? I want you to focus on your breath again. Notice how you breathe in, your stomach expands, air is fresh. Notice how you breathe out, you collapse in your stomach. And again, if you don't feel it, do 3 deep breaths. Now this time, it's the same idea, going up to the top and down, but instead, I want you to start at the very bottom of your spine. As you breathe in, start walking up your spine, touching your spine along the way, from the bottom of your spine to the top of your spine, to the back of your neck, to the back of your head, to the top of your head, all the way around. And then as you breathe out, I want you to start at your forehead, go down to the bridge of your nose and to your lip. And now you're going to cross through your tongue. Your tongue is now a conductive path. Back to your chin, down your neck, front part of your body, down, all the way down to your belly button, all the way down to the bottom of your upper torso. And now make a 180-degree turn, come back. And if you do what I do, which is slightly turning your hip, now it's time to check the pressure on your adrenal gland before you go up again. Okay? So as you go up, start at the bottom of your spine. Guide those electrons up. Your spine is very conductive. Guide it all the way up. You're using the space between your left brain and your right brain. That's your electromagnetic chamber to provide a potential. So just thinking it would guide the electrons, okay? So just go up and come down. So we call this the wandering dragon chasing the pearl. So in the beginning, you're very mindful of that pearl as if you're actually going to have to push it upward, uphill. But after a while, the pearl actually has a life of its own and it will go up by itself. So I want you to commit yourself to 3 cycles. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Very slowly, okay? Very slow. And then when you're done with 3 cycles, you can take a break or commit to another 3, okay? So we do that for 3 minutes. Okay, you're on your own. Sit up straight. When you go up, bring your body with you, correct your posture. When you reach the top, come down, relax. Okay, open your eyes. I heard a joke the other day that says that once we're free to go out and live a normal life, we have to relearn some basic skills. And one of the skills is how to carry a purse, or in the case of the men, how to carry a wallet. So I'll talk about carrying the purse. I'm not trying to make fun of anyone, but I noticed that carrying a purse requires a lot of skill. It's something that is a habit that you have to develop, you have to learn. So what do you do when you carry a purse? You check it. You always check it, right? You want to make sure that the purse is with you and you didn't leave it at the Starbucks or someplace. That's called knowing your mind. You're not only checking it, you want to make sure that it's not open, that it's not exposed. That's called quieting the mind. But that's not enough, because every once in a while you open and make sure that all the stuff are inside. That's called observing the mind. It's the same. It's the same. Do you know where your mind is? Do you even know how to check it? So constantly checking your mind, making sure that you know where it is. All right? Okay, so we're going to do some warm-up exercise, massage. You're going to put your hands together, and then we're going to answer some questions, okay? Thank you for the donation, Christina, and everybody, okay? Now we're going to massage the forehead, massage the side of the face, just the side for now. Massage the top of the head, either using your hand or the finger. Massage the back of your neck. Now massage the top of your ear, which happens to have a lot of energy points, and then the middle of your ear, and then the ear loop. And then now put your hands behind your ear, swipe it gently. Now take your index finger, put it outside your nose without touching your nose, and massage that. Now take two fingers, start at the corner of your eye, go down one way only, to the corner of your mouth and the chin. Apply a little bit of pressure. That removes the stiction between your connective tissue, the outer layer, and the underlying muscle. Okay? That's where wrinkles comes from. Is that the lubricant between the connective tissue, the casing of the sausage, if you will, and the underlying structure is gone. That's why you have wrinkle. So this one helps me, doesn't it? Now take your thumb, put it under your eye bag at the edge of your eye socket. And then do it to the eye. Now take your two fingers, put it in the middle, in between your eyebrow, and then squeeze the eyebrow like you're squeezing toothpaste all the way out, from the inside out, okay? One way only. Okay. That removes a lot of stress and also opens up the oil tube so your eyes are no longer dry. One more time. Okay, now from here to here, this part right here, 1/3 of the way down, two fingers. Very gently, okay? This is the beginning of the governing vessel, the yang vessel that goes to the back. Okay, now we're going to stretch the fingers one at a time. Make sure you know where your mind is, okay? Because otherwise you hurt yourself. Know your mind, okay? Okay, now massage the fingernail one at a time. Okay, now sit up straight. We're going to do the lion's roar. Get all the bad chi out of your system so you're ready for the outside world. Open your shoulder, relax. Focus on your elbow. Okay, make sound, deep sound, okay? Okay. Hi, Josh. Good seeing you.
Hey, Denny, what's going on this evening?
We're doing good. Good to have you back.
Likewise. Hey, I was when I was practicing this evening, you know, when we were doing the meridian tapping, in addition to the obvious feeling on the meridians, there's possibility to be aware of the whole body while that's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and then also know what other parts of the body are affected and felt by that meridian tapping,
Mm-hmm.
and then also how the body is before and after that each one. But you know, that's all without thinking about it or putting language to it or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of it happens, but we go so quick too. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I think I mentioned this before. I don't like the word holistic because it has the connotation of being unscientific. But if you put the W back in, then it makes a lot more sense. It's the whole body, right? So you're right in that, you know, just because we work on this, I mean, it's a reverse of the question, which is, what does this have to do with the gallbladder? Well, it's the entire thing that has to do with the gallbladder. So if you reverse that, then it says that when you do the petting of this point, then it actually affect the whole body, right? So it's the holistic with the W that I think that's what we're doing. Everything's connected. That's true. Everything's connected. Not
very
only
cool.
that.
Thanks for all the donations. And if there's any questions, now's the time for them, right?
Yeah. Was there any question? Orit. Sorry. Is there any questions from the beginning? I saw something roll out. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. I got to run. Time for
Thanks
me
everybody
to.
for being here and your practice and support. It's everything we do when we're doing it together gets amplified.
Yeah, Chris said that she was in the morning class. She actually practiced twice today. Yeah, just follow the recording both on YouTube and Facebook. We actually practice every morning at 7:30 Pacific time in the morning. So, but we don't live cast it. We only use Zoom. So, if any one of you want to join, not only will you practice your chi, but you would also practice your Cantonese. Josh, learn something.
Well, I know Shifu. That's about the extent of it.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you? Okay, just DennyKmew.com/YouTube. Okay, or if you just go DennyKmew.com, that goes to a landing page, which has the different links in there. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody. Or yes, it was great weather. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks, Denny. Catch you later.
Is that the one from St. Louis? Is that the student from
I'm
St. Louis?
pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. See you next week.
Bye now.
Bye bye.